Hi, it's Greg Newson here, and I thought I'd just put this video together to give you a good understanding of the importance of a healthy diet and the long-term treatment of pylorrhea. Now, most of us don't know or fully understand what constitutes a healthy diet. So we might think that, okay, look, I'm having some broccoli and some carrots for dinner tonight. I've had a bit of lettuce on my cheese and ham sandwich at lunchtime. I've had a piece of fruit on the way home. I've had a couple of glasses of water, and I've taken the dog for a walk on Tuesday and Wednesday. So I'm healthy. And to a certain degree, you're a lot healthier if you're having those foods than not having those foods. But your body needs a massive amount of nutrients, and it needs a massive amount of different nutrients. So think of it this way: your body is made up of trillions and trillions of cells, and all of those cells need certain vitamins, minerals, amino acids, phytonutrients or antioxidants to function properly. Now, if one of those cells doesn't get that nutrient, it can mutate, it can not work properly, it can fatigue, and that will affect all of the workers around it. And we need all of our cells to work in harmony so we can maintain our good health. Another way to think of it is this. Let's say you've got a car and it's a petrol or a gasoline car. And what would happen if you went to the fuel station and you put in diesel or kerosene or gas? What would happen? Well, it wouldn't work too well, and you'd be up to expensive fuel bills. Now, the human body is a lot better than a car. It can maintain health by a not so good diet, but it still needs the right fuel. You don't want to get to later in life and have all of these, cancers, heart disease, diabetes, any sort of illness that you can think of. So the diet is the most important thing that you can do for yourself every day, right? Very, very important. So what is a healthy diet? What foods make up a healthy diet? Well, it's pretty simple. I look at it this way: it's God-made food, or depending on what religion you are, it could be Allah, it could be Buddha, it could be Krishna. It doesn't matter, but whatever foods are found in nature. So that's fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, legumes, pulses, beans, cows, chickens, eggs, oysters, prawns. Depending on what country it comes from, it can be kangaroo in Australia, it can be turkey in America, it can be whatever it is in other countries. So you need a variety of all of those foods, and there's eggs and a bit of cheese and some dairy and all that sort of stuff is going to really help the body, because the nutrients that you get in an apple is completely different to the nutrients in a kiwi fruit, which is completely different to a lemon, which is completely different to a grapefruit, which is completely different to a peach. And all of those foods have different healing properties on the body, right? So variety. I often find that if people sat down and worked out how much fruit, for example, they had in their diet, they'd be lucky to have in their lifetime 15 different varieties. They might have apples, oranges, mandarins, bananas, pears, grapes, stone fruit, peaches, nectarines, cherries when it comes into season, a bit of pineapple, that's 10, right? Most people, a bit of lemon if I have a mineral water or something like that. There's over 3,500 different varieties in the world that we know of thus far. So variety. So really important to get as much variety in your diet as humanly possible. Now, why is this important for a pylorrhea sufferer? Well, as you most probably know, zinc deficiency, vitamin B6 deficiency, biotin and GLA or gamma-linolenic acid deficiency are quite common. So let's look at some foods. There's obviously oysters. Now that's not everyone's cup of tea, which is a real shame. I love them. But there's things like beef or cashews or eggs or pumpkin seeds, brown rice, crab, seafood, that type of stuff. Really good sources of zinc. Vitamin B6, again, there's beef or bell peppers or capsicum, depending on which country you come from. There's tuna, cauliflower, garlic, chickpeas, biotin. There's any source of liver, chicken, beef, lamb. And like if you're going to have, talking about livers and beef and lamb and that sort of stuff, you want to get your meat that is at least grass-fed. You don't want any of this grain-fed meat, because that really changes the structure and it really makes it more inflammatory, and it's not healthy. Cows aren't meant to eat grain, they're meant to eat grass. Your seafood, you want to try to get, if you're lucky enough to live near the coast, get it from the local co-op. Don't get this farmed fish, because again, they feed them pellets, they feed them antibiotics to keep them healthy. It's not part of their natural diet. The same with eggs. If your chicken comes, if it's caged chickens, where the chicken's in a little thing like this and he's all crept up like that, it's not going to produce a healthy egg. You're going to eat an unhealthy egg, which is then going to have ramifications on you in your cells and your long-term health. So important to look at where you get your sources of protein if you're eating meat products, or you're not vegan or vegetarian. So biotin, besides liver, there's almonds, carrots, onions, there's the GLA type, the gamma-linolenic acid is things like borage seed, evening primrose, hemp seed, spirulina, avocados. But in people that don't have a deficiency in zinc, B6 and biotin, which is unfortunately fortunately is anyone that doesn't suffer from pyroluria, you can make gamma-linolenic acid, your body can make gamma-linolenic acid out of nuts and seeds. But it needs the zinc and the B6 and the biotin to turn that linoleic acid down to gamma-linolenic acid and then to arachidonic acid. So really, really important, obviously, to get that there. Now, diet not only supplies those nutrients, it improves digestion. We know digestive issues are a problem with someone with pyroluria. It decreases stress because your body's getting the nutrients that it needs to function, and the whole nervous system feels healthy, and it's buoyed by all the B group vitamins and all the magnesium and the calcium and the sodium and the potassium and all those things that it needs. A diet high in fruits and vegetables and nuts and seeds and whole grains and even good animal products are high in antioxidants. We know that the elevated HPL levels are a great indicator of oxidative stress. So you need antioxidants. What better way to get antioxidants is from the diet? Obviously, the right diet increases our energy, our moods, the way we feel. It supports every single cell in your body, right? It is the number one thing that you can do for yourself every single day of your life for the rest of your life. Really, really important to get your head around this. It's not... Okay, we're all dictated to by advertising to some degree. Now, man was looking at all the fields of corn and all the paddies of rice, and he goes, how can I make money out of this? People can grow rice if they're good enough in their paddies, but they can definitely grow corn in their field. I know. What I'll do, I'll get corn, I'll turn it into a flake, I'll get rice and I'll turn it into a bubble, and I will sell it off as breakfast, and I will tell everyone that's really good for them. And it is absolute rubbish. There is no nutrients left in that. And if you have a look at the packet, they've got to put folate and iron and iodine and all these type of B1 and all these type of nutrients in there to make it healthy. Look at your food. Does it come from nature or is it man-made? Is it God-made, man-made, Buddha-made, Allah-made, whatever? So, really important. So it's something that you can do, but it's your choice. You have to choose to do it, but it's something that you should try to get your head around and try to do every single day, because for the long-term treatment of pyroluria, once you get rid of all the other underlying things, guess what keeps your health up there? It ain't a multivitamin, it's your diet. Really, really, really important. So hopefully that's given you something to think about. Until next time, this is Greg. Have a wonderful day.